Thank you so much for tuning in to Raiders Report. My name is Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. And if you guys want a shout out on the Raiders Report, you guys should click that nice little subscribe button on YouTube, and you guys should like Oakland Raiders by Chat Sports on Facebook. Shout out to Bray, and shout out to everybody else who watches my Raiders Report because you guys are awesome. Oh, Michael Merchant, you too, my man. Thank you for watching. Okay, I talked about some news. I talked about some rumors. Now I'm going to get into my second segment of the Oakland Raiders Report, and it's 5 training camp takeaways for me personally. So, the first one I got is Arden Key is impressing. Gruden hyped up Key yesterday, saying how special he is and how much raw talent this dude has. If Key can keep his head on straight, I think he will be able to just be an absolute force. And, well, a thing that I also really like is he's staying under the wing of a guy like Bruce Irvin. Bruce Irvin was a guy who had some off-the-field issues when he first entered the league, and it's just been an absolute stud in the NFL. So, Key could have a monster rookie season, a season so epic that we, as Raiders fans, could look back and be like, wow, that dude was the steal of the 2018 NFL Draft, because that's truly how special a guy like Arden Key is. All right, next takeaway, Gareon Conley can't stay healthy. The former first-round pick barely played as a rookie, and when he did, he was okay, but that was because of injuries, right? So, again, this is a guy who I've been hyping up all offseason because all reports out of camp have been Conley looks really good on the field, and he's showing why he was a first-round pick. Now he's injured, and he's going to miss a few weeks, and that, man, I'll tell you what, the fact that he's going to miss a few weeks, he's going to lose, I'll say, the reps. One, if he doesn't, he loses some chemistry with the defense. For me, that is frustrating AF. You know what else is pretty awesome, or awesome as AF? It's our sponsor of the show, Mizzen+Main. Thank you so much for sponsoring the Raiders Report. You guys should check out Mizzen+Main. Head over to www.comfortable.af because their shirts, I'm wearing one, are indeed comfortable as F. All right, Lena, next one I got for you guys, training camp takeaway. Jordy Nelson is a great fit on this Raiders team. All reports this offseason about Nelson have been positive. He's helping the young receivers blossom and understand the game better while also pushing them to their limits. Derek Carr has stated that he understands why Aaron Rodgers loved Nelson. Nelson will be a great player for the Raiders, but especially in the locker room. Okay, guys, over or under 800 receiving yards for Jordy Nelson in 2018. If you think Nelson's going to have over 800 receiving yards, go give me that heart, hit over. And if you think it's going to be under, give me a like. And for the people on YouTube, just comment below, over or under 800 receiving yards for Jordy Nelson in 2018. Next takeaway, and it's a guy that I've been hearing a lot of hype about since training camp has started, and that's Marcell Ateman, right? This dude makes plays. The Raiders starting wide receivers at this point, I still think are Cooper, Nelson, and Martavis Bryant, and I still believe that Switzer is going to win the slot role. But a name to not sleep on is Marcell Ateman. Gruden was quoted saying, Ateman makes plays every single day, and at 6'4", 220 pounds, he's a big target and could be a solid red zone target for Carr. And because, well, the Raiders struggled a little bit in the red zone, and if this is a guy who can be that dominant force in the red zone, I like the way the Raiders are going to operate in the red zone this season. And then last, and certainly not least, the biggest takeaway, Khalil Mack holdout. There is no end in sight. Now, Mack set out minicamp and won't report to training camp. Mack is a 2-time All-Pro selection and a 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's holding out for a new deal. Mack is said to be targeting a deal in the range of $120 million over 6 years with up to $65 million in guaranteed money. There's not a lot of communication and nothing that I really feel ultimately confident about. But if this is a guy who is a staple of not only the Raiders defense but of the Raiders team, and he's a major guy in that locker room, and this is probably the biggest one I'm going to be talking about all offseason until it changes. I still think he's going to end up being a Raider because, man, he's just too good. We can't let that guy go. Okay, let's do a recap of my 5 takeaways from training camp. We got Arden Key. That dude's impressing. Gareon Conley can't stay healthy, but if he can, I think he's going to have a breakout year. Jordy Nelson, great fit on the field, off the field. Marcell Ateman, dude makes plays. And Khalil Mack, hold out, no end in sight. Unfortunate. Fingers crossed, so he's back soon and with Raider Nation. Raider Nation, thank you so much for tuning in to Raiders Report. My name is Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. And until next time, go Raiders.